After an absence of 2 years, Josh Duggar has made a triumphant return, sporting a fresh new look as he was seen working out in the yard of FCI Seagoville in Dallas, Texas. On October 2, 2032, Duggar, who is 36 years old, will be released from jail after completing a 151-month term for child pornography. On November 22, exclusive images acquired by the U.S. Sun showed Duggar strolling alone on jail grounds, which was his first public appearance in years. Duggar seemed happy and carefree as he walked around the track in the photos, which featured him in a brown shirt, shorts, and sunglasses. Duggar showed off a new beard and mustache, which was much different from his clean-cut look on the reality program 19 Kids and Counting, which airs on TLC. Images acquired by the U.S. Sun show prisoners engaging in various recreational activities, including pickleball, tennis, basketball, horseshoes, and track walking. Inmates get recreational time in the early morning, an insider told the U.S. Sun back then. They may go back outdoors later in the day after spending a few hours inside. Inmates might also play guitar or another musical instrument during recreation time. You may drop by any time between Friday and Monday. Enjoy a roasted turkey feast, racquetball, and Monopoly at Josh Duggar's Thanksgiving in jail. Site. Several members of Duggar's family, including his 36-year-old wife Anna, who stood by his side throughout the trial, have been seen visiting him in jail with his 7 young children. The unusual pictures of Duggar were shot a few days before to her Thanksgiving celebration at the institution. Roasted turkey, glazed ham, sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, 2 rolls, cornbread dressing with turkey gravy, those were the items on the holiday menu. Veggie lasagna and dirty rice with kidney beans and soy were among the veggie choices for entrants. Dessert was a variety of pies. The jail provided a variety of games for the offenders to enjoy from November 28 to December 1st, including Monopoly, Dominoes, Name That Tune, and Checkers. That weekend, you may choose among racquetball, handball, and pass/punt/kick as your activities. Duggar resides in a Seagoville hostel that has been remodeled and has unique advantages and privileges, as previously reported by the U.S. Sun. Josh stays in dorm 6, and they have completed painting the walls and have flowers placed in there. A source informed the U.S. Sun that it had been transformed into an honors dormitory. Because it is an honors dorm, they are entitled to certain perks and improvements to the building. Appliances such as microwaves, washers and dryers, and more are available. They are attempting to establish a dormitory of exemplary convicts. According to the source, Duggar is not eligible to dwell in the dorm, but he may be receiving preferential treatment due to his famous profile while there. Even though Josh doesn't work, they're allowing him to stay because he's getting a degree. They have chosen to waive the regulation that would have prohibited him from staying there due to his stint in SHU a few years ago. After Duggar sneaked a mobile phone into FCI Seagoville in February 2023, he was placed in the Special Housing Unit, which is solitary confinement. March of that year saw his release from the SHU. Unfortunately, FCI Seagoville does not comment on conditions of confinement, was the response from a Seagoville spokesman when the U.S. Sun asked for comment about the beautiful dorm. Although the jail had luxurious living quarters, the inhumane conditions were detailed in an article published by the U.S. Sun. They've been getting half portions of food for months, a source close to a Seagoville convict told the U.S. Sun. Their serving sizes are insane. Grits, corn in little bits, half buns, a few ounces of deli meat. It is really insane that people are either going hungry or buying food from the commissary. No one has listened to the grievances of those closest to you. In response to a comment request from the U.S. Sun, Seagoville said, FCI Seagoville provides all adults in custody with food that is consistent with the national food menu to include portion size. All complaints about the institution and the services offered are thoroughly examined, and we take them very seriously. So far, the food service department at FCI Seagoville has not been the subject of any complaints. Also, the food they get is regularly expired. The insider had previously told the U.S. Sun. Always a few weeks over their expiration date, they're simply grossly out of date. This is similar to milk. Everything that can't possibly have an expiration date that long for whatever reason Individuals couldn't eat their cereal during a certain run since it had bugs. The institution runs out of food kind of often, the source proceeded to claim. If you can't afford to purchase food in the commissary, you're going hungry, according to the source, because the amounts are little, and it's only ever been a 1 or 2 day event at a time. A recent lawsuit received by the U.S. Sun was filed by a prisoner who accused the institution of supplying meals containing maggots. I write this letter to formally demand an immediate cessation of all inhumane treatment and actions taken against myself at the Federal Correctional Institution Seawald, as alleged by denied medical services and food stored next to trash, and under 2,000 cal per day meals. Inmate Jedidiah Peterson claimed in his lawsuit filed on February 26, 2024, against FCI Seawald. This letter serves as a formal notice to you and a demand that the facility immediately cease these actions that violate human rights and dignity, the email said. An claimed event with an inmate discussing the presence of maggots in meals was detailed in another email he sent on October 24, 2023. Another convict, according to Jedidiah, was talking about the food trays that had maggots in them and how the other detainees should have saved the trays with maggots. Meals were served according to the national menu in the appropriate serving sizes. The warden's secretary answered via email, as documented in the complaint. To reach food service with any inquiries about extra food service, just use the cop-out option. On May 16, the complaint was formally dismissed since FCI Seawald did not reply. Numerous attacks have also occurred in the jail over the years. In December 2021, Josh Duggar, who was a member of 19 Kids and Counting, received a 151-month jail term for collecting and uploading photographs of child sex assault. The ex-reality star's legal troubles may be traced back to this era. In May 2019, after an investigation by Homeland Security investigators, Josh was originally suspected of downloading data that included sexual abuse of children. Josh was working at a car dealership in November when agents from Homeland Security raided his computer. Josh remained in an Arkansas prison without bond after his arrest on April 29, 2021. During a hearing held the next day via Zoom at the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Arkansas, he was accused of receiving and having photographs of child sex abuse, although he entered a not guilty plea. A federal courthouse in Fayetteville, Arkansas, hosted Josh's trial from November 30, 2021 to December 9, 2021, when a verdict was announced. His culpability was based on his knowledge of and access to child sex abuse materials. Josh received a 12-year federal jail term and a fine and special assessment of $50,100 in May 2022. The defense team representing Josh subsequently filed an appeal with the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, but their request was dismissed in the latter half of 2023. Not long after that, Josh's lawyer filed an appeal for a new trial, citing the fact that federal officials had refused to let Josh phone them as they were arresting him. Josh had his request denied once again on June 24, 2024. Duggar faced charges of receiving and possessing child pornography after his arrest in April 2021. In December of 2021, he was brought to trial after being placed on home arrest. After Duggar's May 2022 sentencing, which was for 151 months, 12 years and 7 months, in federal prison, he was sent to FCI Seawald in June of the same year. In order to obtain a fresh trial in October 2022 and reverse the conviction, his legal team filed an appeal.